Hello, everybody. Hello. Wow. It is December 29th, and I could not show up here tonight for this last new moon of 2024. And boy, oh boy, is this moon really giving us a lot of great energy. It's the last new moon of the year, and it's really a rare cosmic occurrence. So I hope you're busy enjoying the holidays, taking advantage of a lot of people have time off from work. And I hope you're enjoying yourself and really celebrating with your friends and family. So whenever you see this video, I hope you see it sometime tomorrow during the new moon or the next few days after today, because this is going to be an important one and way to close out the year. This new moon in Capricorn is called a cosmic bookend. And the reason it's called a cosmic bookend is because this new moon, when we came into 2024, we started off 2024 with a Capricorn new moon, and we are ending the year with a Capricorn new moon. So this moon comes in tomorrow, 12/30, 2024 at 1:27 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, what's fascinating is this is the last new year of 2024, and this moon is coming in at 9 degrees. If you've heard me talk about numerology, 9 is the final number in the lineup from 1 to 9. And we'll talk a little bit more about 9 degrees. And please watch till the middle of this download, because I'm going to give you a source for an amazing ritual that you should do, figure out some kind of way to do during what they're calling a portal. This is a portal and this is a cycle. So not only is this the last moon, it's a cycle, and 9 represents endings. And when you have an ending, you have an automatic beginning. So 9 degrees. So this is known as a black moon. Whenever there are 2 new moons in 1 month, the second moon is called the black moon. So let me shout out to my Caparoos that are celebrating this Capricorn season. It feels so good. Every time we get to Capricorn season, it feels so good because it's post right when we're at the thick of the holidays, the key holidays. And this year, Hanukkah came in. The first night of Hanukkah was the same night of Christmas. So happy Hanukkah to those who are celebrating Hanukkah. I think this is day 5 of Hanukkah. So stores are really busy. Traffic is still a little kind of busyish because people are out and about. Also, I'm right in the community of where the Rose Bowl parade goes down. So that Rose Bowl game and the Rose Bowl parade is creating a hub here in South Pasadena and Pasadena. So let me give a shout out to the birthdays. I thought, gosh, I don't really know that many Capricorns. And why did I come up with at least 12 Capricorns that I know? And every person that I can think of on this list are typical. They have the typical characteristics of Capricorn. So first shout out goes to Mimi Poor. Happy birthday. Your birthday was on the 27th. Along with my cousin Kenya. That's how I remember the birthday. So happy birthday, Mimi Poor. Happy birthday to my cousin Kenya Smalls. Karen Strain, happy birthday to you. My buddy Euron Nicholson, who we miss you in California. He's all the way now in Minnesota. My brother in the light, happy birthday. To my Uncle Royce, my uncle, my favorite uncle. We grew up like brother and sister. He's a Capricorn, one of my favorite Capricorns. Misha Dennis, oh my goodness. Capricorn, you embody it. It's such a pleasure to know you. Rachel Hadley, my cousin up north. Pam McDonough, oh my goodness, we go back to corporate. We align on astrology. Pam is an amazing Vedic astrologer. So if you're interested in Vedic astrology, look her up on Instagram, Moon Dance Astrology. Fantastic. Hey, Kim, welcome. Robin Lazoya, friends of Jill and her, the White Sisters, unbelievable family. Ruta Aris, oh my God, you are a quintessential Capricorn woman. You just go and get stuff done. Dom Cole, my yoga brother in the light. I hope you're well. I hope everything is good. And Jessica Lusty, another one of my yoginis in the yoga world, celebrating being a Capricorn. So this cosmic bookend, it's all about it. This new moon is about committing to who and what we love is important. So whenever we have a new moon, it's about committing to who and what we love in our lives. So Better Life, they're on YouTube. So this is, if I were you, I'd go to Better Life on YouTube. This guy gives this incredible download about, I'm actually paraphrasing some stuff tonight that I got from Better Life on YouTube, but he gives this powerful ritual that everyone should do, especially if you are interested in making shifts and changes in the new year. It's beautiful what he goes into. So he says, this cosmic bookend started at the beginning of the year in 2024 with the new moon in Capricorn on January 11th. So January 11, 2024, and on December 30th. And this new moon arrives. Mystics call this a cosmic bookend because this rarely happens, that a zodiac sign starts a year and then the zodiac sign ends a year. And they're saying that this may be the most potent and powerful manifestation portal of the decade. So if you need to manifest healing, you need to manifest love, you need money, you need opportunities, maybe you just need to manifest peace and happiness, you know? So this is this portal, this window, and I always say that the first 3 days are the most potent and powerful. The idea is seeds have been growing since January of 2024 till now that you haven't been able to see, because things take time, because this is part of a cycle. So the cycle began in January, it's ending in December. And again, this moon coming in at 9 degrees is all about ending. So it's like a complete story. So we're completing a powerful spiritual cycle. Where were you in January 2024? Think back. What was your mindset? What were you doing? What were you excited about? What were you looking forward to? What was happening in your life in January 2024? I know, and if you go back to my video from the new moon in Capricorn in January of this year, I was so excited. Year of the Dragon, 8th year. I mean, it just seemed like we had so much going for us. So this year has been really kind of tumultuous for so many people. There are people that thrive financially, but I feel like everybody is ending this year feeling exhausted. Some people were very abundant, were very successful, but they didn't have the time or energy to necessarily enjoy or spend the money. Many of you started new projects. Did you pull cards? Did you journal? Did you create a ritual? Did you lose that weight that you wanted to lose? Did you shift relationships? Like, what happened? Did you feel called to live a completely different life this year? And here's the big takeaway. I feel like so many people I've talked to felt this way. Experienced what felt like obstacles or delays, but they were actually divine redirection. I know that's what I felt like. I'm going this way. It seemed like the right path. Then I was turned this way. So divine redirection. So if things didn't work out in 2024, there's always lessons and blessings when things don't work out the way that we expect. So this year, Capricorn season will feel different, since it's the first time that Capricorn season is not overwhelmed by Pluto. So since 2008, every time Capricorn comes on deck, Pluto is there. So it won't be as intense, since Pluto cramps the style of Capricorn. Capricorn is already methodical and quiet. Hey, Steve, welcome. It's already methodical and quieter. So Pluto, because Pluto is so tough, it's associated with deep transformation, the subconscious mind, power dynamics, and the exploration of our shadow side. But again, this cosmic bookend, we started the year with the new moon in Capricorn, we're ending it. So this is a cosmic bookend, a rare occurrence. So do something tomorrow. Anything, light a candle, get on your knees and pray, send a flare up to the sky, but mark tomorrow, January 30th. And again, for a powerful ritual, go to Better Life on YouTube. It's a channel, Better Life on YouTube. He has an amazing ritual for you to do. This is the third new moon of 6 in a row. That will be 6 in a row that are at 9 degrees. Now, what's fascinating is 9 is endings, but it signifies new beginnings. And guess what? 2025 is a 9 year because we just ended an 8 year. So wow, 9 everywhere. So we will have 6 new moons in a row. So the next 3 new moons will be at 9 degrees. Holler, and we're going into a 9 year. So 2025, 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 equals 9. 9 is associated with completion, wisdom, and spiritual growth. It's the highest single digit and is said to represent the end of a cycle and the start of another one. Now, honestly, I'm not a fan of the number 9 because it demands so much of you. But 9 is cool. When you see the number 9, the circle at the top and the stick, 9 carries the weight of all the other numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, virtually 9 holds that energy. That's why it's so potent. It is considered one of the most spiritual, highest numbers in all of numerology. Much can happen in a year and not everything will feel aligned. In 2024, not much in my life and so many people's lives felt aligned, but out of alignment was the alignment. What did you say? Welcome chaos. That's right. You have to welcome chaos. You have to embrace chaos. What is Esther Hicks, Abraham says? She calls it contrast. I think that's cute. So some years you will move forward. Some will give you a reason to celebrate. Some will break your heart. But at the end of the day, bottom line is we have no idea what 2025 will truly, truly hold. But all of the years, no matter whether they move you forward, move you backwards, celebration, break your heart, all will help you evolve. And that is why we are here as humans. Now let's talk about the number 9 because 9 again is a big significance in the next few months. Chaos Unboxing, thanks for joining. Thank you so much. Christianity says there are 9 fruits of the Holy Spirit, and those 9 fruits are love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. In Buddhism, the paths of enlightenment, there are 9 paths of enlightenment. And in China and Japan, 9 is associated with longevity and with good fortune. So again, all numbers, this blew my mind, all numbers come from number 9. I love numerology for this reason because numerology is practical, where astrology people, it's hard to grasp, but you can't do anything in your life on a daily basis where you're not using numbers. I dare you to try. You will not be able to live a day without. You look at your watch, you eat at a certain time, you go to work at a certain time. I went live at a certain time. Numbers rule our world and our lives. So the more we get comfortable in understanding it. So all numbers come from the number 9. If you add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it equals 36. 36 reduces to a 9. If you add 9 to the lineup, so if you add 9 to the whole lineup, it equals a 45. So if you go 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9, you get a 45. 4 plus 5 equals a 9. And here's what's crazy. If you take 3, 6, 9 out of the lineup of 1 through 9, it equals 27, a 9. Unreal. So the idea is this new moon tomorrow, I'm going to harp on this, 12:30, cosmic bookend, rare occurrence, is you starting to build in 2025. What are you going to commit to building in 2025? Jupiter and Mercury are squaring Saturn. Why is this important? Saturn is the planet that rules Capricorn. So again, whenever a sign is on deck, we can harness that energy. We all have Capricorn somewhere in our charts. So Capricorn is on deck. So Capricorn, that steady, stick to it energy, you can capitalize on. Saturn is the ruling planet of Capricorn. Saturn is a bore, and Saturn's a pain in the ass. You know, people always, worry about Mercury retrograde, but Jupiter is a planet of abundance and expansion, and Mercury is communication. So using your voice. Hey, Anika, how are you? Welcome, welcome. So using your voice during this time. Are you Capricorn, Anika? Talking about Capricorn, the new moon, and how this is just a crazy cosmic occurrence. Saturn's lessons can help people detach from the past, but Saturn also represents time and matter. It represents like the physical planes. They say as above, so below. So when things don't go your way, it's the Saturn energy that helps you recognize that every mistake is a life lesson and that there are no failures, only learning moments. The ring planet, Saturn has the rings around it, is also known as the planet of karma because it provokes spiritual cause and effect in your life. When you think about Capricorns, and this is so true for every Capricorn I know, it's about reaching future goals. It's about recognition. It's about supporting the future. Capricorns build brick by brick. You will never find a Capricorn running amok and just doing things nilly-willy. That's the word I'm looking for. The goat, the sea goat. So these Capricorn can move on water and on land, which is its superpower. So the sea goat is skilled at navigating both the material waters and the emotional waters. Capricorns are said to age backwards. I was like, when I think about it, most Capricorns I know, they do have a little bit of Benjamin Button energy. They don't seem to, as they get older, they don't seem to get older looking. It's said that Capricorns actually, because Capricorns are very stoic as young children, as young people, they spend so much time being serious that as they finally get to the top of the mountain where goats like to go, they become increasingly youthful, optimistic, and playful because Capricorn is a sign that does the work in advance so they can later relax. Capricorn is a cardinal sign, so every season gets started with a cardinal sign. So cardinal signs start things up. So this is a great time to reset your intentions. And this is an earth sign. So earth signs connect us to the worldly form. The goat is the mascot of Capricorn. So Capricorns, any Capricorn you know in your life, they always seem to need to climb to the top of a mountain. They can't take the easy road, the flat path. But I read something I thought was so powerful about this. It says the reason they climb mountains because it's a spiritual focus. So they have a vantage point of conscious awareness. Now I do goat yoga events, and what I learned about goats is their eyes can see 360. So when a goat is looking at you, they can actually see at the back of their head. So the reason they want to go to a higher plane is because they can't see to the side. They have their up and down, it's their up and down vision. They can't see. So they need to get to a higher plane in order to see. So I thought this was beautiful. So the purpose of the goat's climb is rooted in spirituality, to have conscious awareness, honesty, reliability, hard work, wisdom, mastery, building internally and externally, mentors, authority figures, workhorses of the zodiac wheel, and staying on track with the highest vibration. Now, every sign has its shadow side. It's a side of us that's, the side that is challenging and that is not the best side of who we are. So the shadow side of Capricorn is Capricorn needs to take credit. They need to be in control. Capricorn, you know this to be true. And Capricorns are slick with their control. They will make you feel like it's under the guise of, oh yeah, we're collaborating. Everybody's getting along. Everybody has input. But it truly is so it can be their way. And I have to admit, Capricorns are really practical and really linear thinking. And half the time, most of the time, their way really is the best way. Stubborn, because that goat energy, Capricorns can be stubborn. So the funny thing about Capricorns, they sometimes create their own struggles. So they'll climb to the top of a mountain instead of just being happy at that peak. They'll have to climb another mountain and another mountain. But so because Capricorn is ruled by Chronos is time, they're patient. So they will patiently climb and keep going until they reach the end. Timing doesn't really matter too much to a Capricorn. Sometimes I feel like Capricorns can be considered late bloomers because they take their time. They get a later start in life and they really don't care. So let's go back to Better Life on YouTube. He says, the question is not whether or not this portal will transform your reality. The question is whether you are ready to use it. This is an amplification chamber. So this whole cycle is an amplification chamber that started in January with the new moon in Capricorn and again ending in December in Capricorn. He says, imagine that you're looking into two mirrors facing each other. What do you see? What you should see is an infinite reflection stretching as far as the eye can see. So if you have these two mirrors, this is exactly what happens energetically when Capricorn energy bookends our year, this cosmic bookend. Ancient codes for working with this rare double gateway will harness in these final hours of 2024, and it'll create a quantum leap. And then you will understand why you have been feeling such intense shifts lately and how to use them to your advantage. So this is a ritual that they go through on Better Life. A lot of people have said they have felt like, God, things have felt so intense. You know, it's so crazy. It's like I'm moving forward, but at the same time, I feel like I'm being held back. We are not just ending a year, we are completing a powerful spiritual cycle. And he says the ancients understood the power of cycles. They knew if the same energy appears at the beginning of a year and the end of a year, it creates a mirror effect and it amplifies everything. Your intentions, your energy, and your ability to create change. And this will reflect back everything you learned over the past year. So this new moon is going to amplify your current energy. It's going to amplify your intentions. It's going to create a powerful momentum for future manifestations. And the mirror work affects whether you are conscious of it or not. Fears or limiting beliefs will also be amplified. So this is why mystery schools ask their students to approach these times with absolute clarity and intention. If ever before, this is the moon of 2024 that you want to be crystal clear. You want to crystalline your desires and your intentions and have the best clarity. Because this energy is asking us a crucial question. Are you ready to step into your full power? Are you ready? And an affirmation that you can say is, I step boldly into the divine purpose that awaits. I am ready. I step boldly into the divine purpose that awaits. I am ready. Because again, 2025 is going to be an interesting year. It's like, buckle up, buttercup, because we're in for a ride. So Saturn, the ruler of Capricorn, becomes your greatest ally. So again, even though Saturn is a taskmaster, because it's so full of wisdom and it's such a great teacher, the wisdom is speaking louder. Think of Saturn as the master architect. So don't resist. Don't resist the energy of Saturn, but let it show you how to build a stronger foundation. You'll all of a sudden have clarity about boundaries you need to set. You'll have recognition on things where you've been building. It'll feel like time is speeding up, but then asking you to also slow down. So the idea is, where have you been building stuff on shaky ground? Don't mistake or resist. Saturn's, its lessons are restrictions. They're not restrictions. So Saturn is the planet of restrictions. See it as protection. So ancient Chaldeans saw Saturn as not a punishing force, but as a protective force. So if you're not getting what you're wanting, you're not moving as fast as you want, take it as protection. As that saying says, rejection is God's protection. This moon marks the start of Capricorn and winter season. Now, here's a paradox. The paradox is beginning now and beginning as we start to close out this year, the structure you create now, and I'm talking about as we go into January, the more freedom you will have later. So January is a time to put your nose down, heels down, and start to plan and envision. And you'll need a container to hold that vision. So the idea is the harder you work as we close out December and through the first part of the new year, you'll be able to have freedom later in the year. Don't be pressured into taking action to begin the new year. I've talked about this in the past. What I've learned is I set intentions and things like that. But I used to be so dogmatic about January 1 and getting things started. How about let 2025 come in? Because again, we're only in the present moment here. That's all we really have. So let 2025 come in. In fact, in the astro world, the new year starts in April when Aries, the first sign in the zodiac, comes on deck. In Kabbalah, I think March, spring. In Judaism, March is considered more of the new year. So it's time to slow down, plan, and reflect on the past year. We rarely want to look back at the past, but we want to look back so that we can reflect on our mistakes. No mistakes, our mistakes. We had a mistake. Call your friends, call your loved ones, call the people before we close out this year. Michael Lennox, I love this thought. He said, the synchronicity of being at the very beginning of a 20-year Pluto cycle, a new 18-month nodal cycle. That means the south node and the north node are switching signs. A new moon that sets us up for a yearly springboard into movement and action, all happening at the exact moment when our calendar tells us that we are turning the page once again for new possibilities. So the new year, the new moon, this moon is perfect. The new moon is coming in tomorrow on the 30th at 1:27 p.m. Pacific time. So that is beautiful because it sets us up to go into our new pagan year. Ruby Slipper Astrology. I'll close with this point. But again, tomorrow, 12:30, 1:27, 9 degrees. 9 is completion. So the lessons, the season, the roughness, the toughness, whatever you went through in 2024, that season is closing, and 9 is going to ensure that it closes. Once we close something, we have an automatic beginning. Ruby Slipper Astrology says, the quiet but determined step into the new year draws your attention to what structures need to be built and what traditions can be maintained. Because Capricorn is about upholding tradition, upholding legacy, and creating legacy and family legacies. Whether or not you're into the resolutions thing, this influence encourages mapping out a pattern that will sustain you for the rest of 2025. Commitment is key. Commit to your future, to your progress, to the plan that helps you win. Palace is wisdom that wins the battle, and here is the battle against giving up on yourself. Never give up on yourself. So often we quit at the first sign of difficulty, or we get bored or distracted. Palace in Capricorn urges you to tap into your wisdom from your ancestors or wisdom from any tried and true source. Using that knowledge, you can overcome the drag that pulls you back or pushes you off course. You're building on experience, creating fresh goals that are doable, nothing crazy, nothing extreme, because that is not Capricorn energy, but yet ambitious. This is not the time to take high risk. Stick with what works and make it your own. Again, think brick by brick to build. This is what Capricorn energy is all about. This is a black moon. All new moon. So this is a black moon because it's the second new moon in a month. It's a bookend. We started the year with a Capricorn new moon. We're ending with the new moon in Capricorn. So we have this beautiful bookend. And so all of the stuff that happened in between is being anchored between these two poles of this grounded earth energy, Saturnial, stern, solid, mountain climbing, focused energy. I'm making up stuff now. I'm just talking out of my you know what. But again, committing to what you love is going to be so important as we go forward. So 1:27 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow, 9 degrees. Again, this is the third new moon of 6 that will be at 9 degrees. Look up number 9 and what the number 9 means, because 2025 will be a 9 year. Again, reflect back on where were you in January 2024 when we had the first new moon in Capricorn. What were you doing? Okay, so that's it, everybody. Blessings, blessings, blessings. Stay safe, stay safe. Enjoy as we enter into this new year ahead. 2025, I can't wait. Again, 2024 was magical in so many ways, but crazy and nutty in so many ways. The energy of 2024 was like, hurry up and wait. Hurry up and wait. And so we'll see. That's all we can do. We'll see what this future holds. But again, it's time to bootstrap, buckle up, Buttercup, because we're in for a crazy ride in 2025. But it's all about new beginnings, so that's always a positive. Thank you so much for tuning in. And don't forget to follow my podcast, Astridologie with Astrid. I did a 7-day download. I'm going to do an experiment as we go into 2025, because every day is governed by a different planet. So Monday is governed by the moon. Tuesday is governed by March. So the idea is, if you take on the qualities and the energy of how to best use those days of the week, the theory is you'll have a more magical, holistic, and enjoyable week. So each day has a different energy, and I talk all about that in my podcast. And then what I'd like to do is we're going to go through a 7-day, I'm calling it a challenge. I can't come up with any other name, but a 7-day challenge where we're going to walk the week together and prove this thing out. Does it really make sense? Does it really affect anything? If, say, on energy, if the energy on Sunday is governed by Leo and we do the things from that lioness energy, will that affect our Sunday, and so forth? I bid you adieu. I wish you a happy, happy, happy new year, and I will see you next year. Wow. See you next year. Stay safe. I'm sending you so much love and light. Stay in touch, be well, and namaste.